Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Here goes another one. I said a real story. None of the frivolous bullshit. Bye. Orale, as you can tell by that thumbnail right there, here's the truth, Holmes. The true story. What really happened on that day. Uncut, undry, no added preservatives. Just some of the realness and the illest stuff. Now, me and Rojo, we told a story a while back, about us getting ran up on in Frisco. And it was absolutely true. But I wanted to tell it and reiterate it and give you the details, all the details from start to finish in my own words, Holmes, because I feel that you guys deserve that. Now, trip out. Me and Rojo had decided that we were going to take a trip to Frisco. We had been to Frisco on several occasions, went and hit the wharf. Went hit Excelsior, the Mission District. This actual bar that we went into, we had been there before to go eat because at one point in time, Rojo was a bouncer at that particular bar, so he knew the owners, he knew the peoples out there. It was all good in the hood. The first time we went out there, it was funny. We walked in and I got recognized right off the bat. There was actually a guy at the bar that was sitting there. He was like, "Hold on now." I said, "Hold on now," right? He kept recognizing me and I felt it and I knew it. And he turned around and he was like, "Hey, bro, are you a gunner?" He said, "Fuck, I'm watching you right now." And Spencer La Tira it was. We took pictures together. He was definitely a supporter. It was all good. I remember that day too. A lot of people came. They seen we went live. We went live several times that day, right where we were at, out and about. And people were coming up to us. "Hey, I was watching you on the live, bro. I walked two blocks and whoop-de-whoop, here you are." It was all good. There was one guy, I can't breathe. He almost had a heart attack. I took a picture with him. His old lady said she was about to divorce him because he watched my channel more than he fucked her. It was all good. Now, that time was a great feeling to go out there in San Fran, a city that I've always had a lot of love for, a lot of respect for. Having done time with real ones out of Frisco, the Mission District, 22nd and Bryant, 24th Street, and all that, man. I had a lot of love, and I still continue to have a lot of love from the homeboys from the Mission. Because San Francisco is different from any other city. See, it's my favorite city in the world. And reason being is it's got a little bit of everybody, Holmes. And when you hit that Mission District, you feel that old raza vibe. You feel that Mexicano vibe. You understand that you're somewhere historic. Somewhere where the cultura is definitely infused. And there's just a lot going on there. They keep it classic. They keep it old school. Yeah, with that Bay Area swag and flavor. It's just a different twist. I absolutely enjoy it every time I'm in San Francisco because you meet some real good homeboys, and you get a lot of clecha. You educate yourself. You always learn something new. Anyway, so trip out. We decided this day we were going to take a ride out to Frisco, and for no other reason than to film a little bit, create some content, and chill. This was a bad move because the Nortenos were going to catch us slipping. Or were they? One never knows. Guard! My story, I'm going to tell it. That's it. This is how it really happened. So on this day, I was in Modesto. I was staying with some familia Modesto. I went and visited them, spent the night. And one of the homeboys from Motown, I'm not going to say his name, I'm not going to put names in there other than mine and Rojo's. He wanted to roll with me to Frisco. I remember he was like, "Damn, I don't know, my old lady might trip, fool, wiggling with you. It's a different story." I said, "I'll ask her, bro. It's all good." So I got at her. She's good people, very good people. And I was like, "Hey, girl, is it cool if he goes to Frisco with me? We're not going to go chill with chicks. We're not going to go kick back like that. We're going to go do some filming and a little shopping, you know what I mean? And we're going to try to eat our way. We're trying to have it our way, like the Burger King." Nah, she was like, "Nah, that's cool. I got to go to work." She told the homeboy, "Enjoy yourself. Go out with your homeboys." He really doesn't go out with too many homeboys to get to go out of to the city like that. So it was all good in the hood. We solidified that. So I remember that morning early, I told the homeboy, "Be ready, be up, have your bag packed, let's go, Holmes. We're just going to go for the day." So I went to go swoop them up. We're bumping. I had a rental. I got a rental just for this particular drive. Even though it's just like a 1.5 hour, 1 hour, 45-minute drive, I wanted to be out there smooth in Frisco. Now, I ain't going to lie, had me a little tang, and allegedly on me at that particular point in time. Can't get me anywhere. Guard, can't, you can't get me. That's it. I was doing what I was doing, right? Just so that I'm secure, wherever you go. That's how it is nowadays. And it's unfortunate it has to be that way, but you got to wiggle with the wiggler. You know what I mean? A dirt diggler. Not only did I have my peanuts and my pounds and it was doing all right, but also I had a little something in the cuts, to which I was telling nobody. We're mobbing, right? And Spansa, if the homeboy watches this, I'll put you in a bad position. I didn't even tell you what I had, right? Anyways, we're gone. And we get up there, and now Rojo had flew in, and he had fucking kicked it that night with the homeboy from Daly City. So we went to go swoop him up. We swooped Rojo up. He was like, damn, it's too early. Oh, good Lord, it's too early for this shit, right? I said, get up, Holmes. We brought him a burrito from the taco truck. Get that, sustain your power essay, and get in the bag. Let's go, right? So we mobbed. We mobbed to Frisco, and we got there, and it was a great day. You know, it was a great day. We hit the wharf, man. Fly, Pelican, fly, Pelican. We're looking at the Pelicans. You know, the homeboy bought us a rape. We went from there. We ate good, you know, right there on the pier. We gravitated towards there. We went to Haight Street. We're doing the hippie thing, you know what I mean, out there with the Manson family. I say everything was great. Everything was good. I remember it took me about an hour and a half to park. And the homeboys were getting frustrated because Gunner can't park in Frisco, right? But I got the parking, switched up the sweater, and let's mob. Because you never know what type of Arby's is out there for me. They're taking, I'm not, right? So I'm mobbing. And we're doing our thing. And there's nothing but hairy bitches with hairy underarms. So that wasn't my flavor. We got lost in the city for a little bit, and we started to get hungry. And at this time, Rojo was like, hey, let's go back to the spot that we went to before, which was like kind of a little bar tavern, sports bar / fucking come fuck off place, right? And I was like, cool, you know, I'm down because those, I ain't gonna lie, to this day, those were the best hamburgers I ever ate in my life. That Asian vato did something different with those hamburgers. His motherfucking skill game with that spatula was on point. That vato was the Karate Kid of kitchens, right? So I was like, yeah, hell yeah, oh, hell yeah, right? Let's go, you know? So we went. And when we cruised over there, anyone that's ever been to San Francisco, you understand the parking is difficult, right? You're not gonna find parking. And this bar or this spot was located right off the Mission, right in Excelsior, man, right there in the heart of Norteño town, right there where it was in a barrio, right? Now, we knew we were taking a risk going into a barrio because some barrios would take it as disrespect. Us being YouTubers, us being non-active in the game like that, us just trying to wiggle and get a fucking hamburger. But at the same time, you are disrespecting someone else's barrio by not checking in, not letting it be known that you're there. Of course, we couldn't go that route because we're hated on and simply deflated on. So it was what it was. But we found parking around the corner. So we mob up there. At this particular time, another homeboy who was a subscriber to YouTube calls us and says, hey, bro, where you guys at? You guys out here? I heard you guys are out here in Frisco. Now, him being from that same area, he wanted to link up, a meet and greet. He wanted to kick back with the homeboy. So we said, why, sure. You know what I mean? Come through. He was to be trusted, man. He was a good dude, man. Had never did us wrong. You know, like talk too much at some particular points in time. But other than that, it wasn't like we were going to do a crime with this. But we weren't going to rob banks. We were going to eat burgers, right? So come on through. So he's like, all right, I'll be there in 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the case may be. Bam, we walk in this spot. And the first thing I do, because I'm a very aware person, see, I've always been laced up with the education that when you walk into a new place, you look around, homes, your fucking antennas need to be on point. You need to be like a cockroach on the wall looking for that last piece of cornbread. You need to understand who's there and what their intentions are. You can tell just by eye movement, the way a person acts, their body language, if there's going to be friction, if there's going to be trouble, and then you get off first where you're mad at. That's the whole reasoning and being aware is so that you can make your next move, your best move. You can get off first. That's it. So this day, we walk in, there's a couple vatos wearing Niner jerseys. Now you need, and they're chilling with two hyenas, drinking a pitcher of beer. One of the hyenas, she weighed about 350. You know, I mean, she was looking nifty with 350, right? And I kind of looked at her. She looked at me. She looked down. She looked back up at me. She looked down again. So I already knew she was no threat, or was she? One never knows. Does one, right? But we walk in. We look at the two vatos. They kind of glance up and then glance away. Now, this time, it was right after the COVID scare. So people were still wearing masks. So I had my shit on because I'm not trying to catch nothing. There's a whole list of things I'm going to catch. I ain't trying to catch the academic bumps. You know what I mean? And we'll just start there and end there. I'm not trying to catch nothing. So anyways, we walk in. No disguises, no trying to hide my face. You know, it is what I is. You can see me from a distance coming. That's it. You can't hide the tattoos, can't hide the flavor, can't hide the swag, right? So when we walk in, we look at these two vatos. They kind of look at us and look away. And one of them strikes my eye. You know, I'm like, damn, where did I know this vato from, right? And so when we kind of lock eyes again, it dawns on me. Boom. Damn, that's the homeboy that I was in Nellis with. That's the homeboy. I was there when he got his tattoo, his XIV on his face. I was there when, you know, I mean, we functioned together. I was there when they booked him. I was there when he allegedly booked people. I mean, I was just, this is the homeboy. Not like, you know, and I had just conversated with this guy maybe 6 months before when I first, or maybe a few months before when I first started my YouTube channel. We got in contact through Facebook. And I remember we chopped it up. Now, at this time, he said he was still activated. He was still doing his thing. And I let it be known that I was no longer in that mix, Holmes. But I had a lot of love for him still. You know, the burning fire and the desire and the you got my fire. The Rick James, Tina Marie does never go away in your heart. The fire and desire, right? To which he understood the situation. But he was still doing his thing. But he was functioning at a different level. Cool. We conversated, reminisced. That was going to be that. It felt good to hear each other's voices and reminisce. You know how when it's a long lost homeboy you haven't talked to in years, it feels good. It takes you back there. You know, it takes you back to them good old days. Anyways, we're chopping it up. So now I see this Vato, and he recognizes me, and his eyes get big. And my eyes get big as I recognize him, because I know what he's about. I know that he's in that mix, but I also know the love that we had for each other, the canalismo. I know that this Vato will give me a pass if I need a pass. Did I need a pass? At this point, he actually needed the pass because it's me and Big Rojo and another homeboy, and we're pretty big, so he needed a pass, right? If it was going to go that route. But like I said, our intentions weren't to go in there and gangbang. We were trying to get a fucking chopped cheeseburger and chop up out of there, period. So as I see him kind of whisper to the other homeboy. The other homeboy looks back at me like, oh, hell no, right? And then I notice, while I'm over here focusing on this, there's two more Vatos at the bar, and one of them walks right up to me, and he looks at the other dude, then he looks at me, and he goes, hey, Holmes, nice sweater, and he takes a picture of me. Bah! Then he goes outside, and I see him at the door on the phone calling people. I said, oh, hell no. Hey, Rojo, trip out. Do you see that? Rojo is, the only thing that is on his mind at this particular time is a big old hamburger and an esprit. He wants to get an esprit and a hamburger, so he's not even paying attention to what's going on, right? But he is, but he wasn't. You know what I mean? He became aware very quickly. So I got at him like, hey, bro. And the other homeboy's kind of quiet because he doesn't know what's going on. You know, he didn't recognize that I recognize this guy from CYA. So I haven't really got in his earlobe yet and let him know what's happening. So I tell Rojo, I said, hey, bro, we got to, you know what I mean? We might want to get the fuck up out of here before the troops come, because I'm telling you right now, Holmes, this, it's about to get ugly fast. And we don't got no thing on it. So all I got is my dick in my pants, and it's bigger than Pedro de Pacas' roach, right? I'm telling you. And he's like, nah, don't trip, bro. Look, there's only two of them. There's only 3, 4 of them, whatever, Holmes. We got this. I said, nah, I know we got this. And I wasn't on those scary tactics, but I was on some awareness because I know the game. See, the first thing I would have did, and it's happened many a times before, my Vato at a club, as soon as we see the enemy, we either one or two things, we either get off where we're mad at right there, doesn't matter how many numbers you have, or we start making phone calls and bringing more soldados, you know what I mean? So that way you get the upper hand. That's just the art of war, Holmes. You know, hey, you're going to apply that pressure. The more people you got, the more power you have. The more power you have, the more you're going to hurt them. The more you're going to hurt them, they're going to be like, sick, no, fucked up by the toilet, right? It's going to be ugly. So I tell the homeboy like this, you know, hey, Rojo, we might want to hurry up and get those to go, right? So he's like, he orders them or whatever. I give him my credit card. It plays a part. The credit card plays a part into this, right? So I give him my credit card. Bam, do your thing, brother. But I'm staying aware. So I tell the other homeboy, hey, I need you to SB on Rojo, means shadow him, right? Stay on Rojo, blanket cover him, Holmes, watch his back. Just keep beating. You need, look, you see the Vatos over there? The Vatos intend to do us harm. But I intend to do them more harm than they intend to do us, right? So I'm going to go to the car and I'm going to grab something. And I'm going to come back. And when I come back, be ready to catch a case, right? So I'm telling the homeboy like that. He's like, yeah, it's whatever. He still hasn't caught on. He's caught on that there's going to be friction, because I could tell now. Now, 2 more Nortenos walk in and they immediately look at us and they sit at the thing. 2 more walk in. I said, oh, hell no, right? The North is deep in here. This guy had made a phone call, right? And he had and I remember catching eye contact with me, and he kind of looked at me like, get up out of here, bro. What are you doing? You know what I mean? You're in the hood. You're in the wrong hood at the wrong place at the right time. It's, you know, the Niners are playing. Everyone's coming. And I'm going to call more people, and they're going to do bad things to you, right? Oh, this is Frisco. They might even fuck you. Get out of here, right? So I'm like, oh, shit, hell no, right? So I'm starting to notice. So I tell Rojo, hey, I'm going to go to the car. I'm going to bring the car around, get the burgers. The way we're going to do this is, you know, so as I walk outside, I light a frao. Facts, true stories, right? I light a frao, and I'm seeing Vatos in the distance coming thick. Groups of red, a sea of red. I ain't seen more Nortenos since I was locked up. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, hell no, right? We won't go. But we really will go. But let's just get up out of here and avoid the situation. It's not about being scary. It's about being aware and smart, you know? We could have took flight immediately, but there was no threat there. It wasn't like Vatos were gangbanging on us or hitting us up. Everything was done with eye contact. Everything was done with a whole lot of fucking hand signals and fairy dust, right? So I'm like, let's get up out of here. So as I'm coming out, I see a hoopty pull up. the motherfucker, the shit's still running as the homeboy's walking across the street. I'm like, what's up, bro? And I recognize this guy as the subscriber from YouTube. You know, I consider him a friend at that time because he was cool, you know, and he was like, hey, what's up, bro? And he's square as square can be, you know, not saying that he wasn't with the business, not saying he wouldn't put fingertips and hands on people. I don't know, you know, I don't live out might be, you know, Dolph Lundgren. This Vato might be Steven Seagal, but at the same time, he didn't look like him. So he comes walking across the street, square as can be with the vest on, and I'm like, hey, bro, we need to get in your whip and go, we need to go around the corner to pick my whip up. My whip was a nice little drive, not a nice little drive, but just down the street, you know. If I walk down the street, it's dark down there, motherfuckers can follow me and do bad things to me, right? So I'm figuring we go across the street, get his car, he takes me to my car, I pull up with the the banger, and we're gone. We're up out of here, right? So no, I know people like to tell a different story and say that I left Rojo hanging. He already knew what time it was. I told him I'm gonna go get the car, get the thing, man, come back, now we're on, right? So he's like, hurry up and do that before it gets out of hand. I said, even if it gets out of hand, when I pull up, I'll get out and get off. It's cool. It was all happening fast, right? So bam, I jump in the homeboy's car. I can't get in. He has no door handles. How do you get in this motherfucker? I'm down here doing the Dukes of Hazzard, climbing through the window. And he's like, damn, bro, I think I'm out of gas. Oh, hell no. It can't get worse. How the fuck you going to come chill with us? We're YouTubers. Let's say, get some gasoline, right? Anyways, we putt, we're able to make it around the corner. But even prior to that, as I'm walking across the street, I see a Norteno with a big old huelga bird on his neck. And he sees me. He's like, hey, Gunner. This is when I knew the funk was on. This is when I knew it was actual factual. This is when I knew we were recognized. I said, what's up, Holmes? And I'm walking across the street. It's busy, Frisco cars. He's like, he has one of those little things on him, and he's unzipping it. And the curvature of the way that the bag was looking, the purse, right? And you could tell there was something very heavy in it, right? And I'm not trying, I don't got my thing on me. I'm buck naked in this motherfucker. And he's got his, right? And he's like, hey, let me get at you. Let's walk over here. Let me get at you. I said, nah, homie, you can get at me right here. Basically, I'm in the middle of the street. If you're going down me right here. I said, orale Frisco, right? Let's just do it like that. Guard. True stories. So I'm like, if you're going to down me, you're going to down me right here. He's like, nah, I'm going to get at you, homie. And he turned around. As soon as he turned around, I'm texting Rojo, abort, abort, abort. Get out of there now. So bam, I tell the homie, hurry up, hurry up. So he finally starts the hoopty. We get around the corner. I jump in my ride. You know, I was doing that little Corvette thing, right? I jump in it. It's a rental. As I slide around, I already got the thing ready. And yeah, I'm good. I made it. I said, I don't know who else is going to make it, to what degree they're going to make it, but I'm going to make sure that my boy Rojo and my other homeboy from Modesto, that they definitely make it too. They might not make it in the right condition, but they're going to make it, you know? So as I bend that corner, and it's right there, Rojo's coming out with 2 fucking hamburgers and no credit card, right? And the other homeboy's right there. Now, all the Nortenos are deep. There's like 25 of them now, maybe even 30. They were fucking deep, right? And they're getting at Rojo some type of way. They're like, what's up, what's up? And that one vato with the huelga, you could tell he was in the leadership role, or he definitely was somebody that spoke for his people. You know, he's getting at Rojo. He's like, hey, let me talk to you, Big Red. He was like, look, bro, you know, I watch your YouTube channel. It's all good, bro. I recognize what you guys are doing, but you understand, you know, this is our barrio, and no one checked in, and this and whoop-de whoop, and we're understanding. I'm listening to him as I pull up in the car. I'm ready. Through the door, hit you through the door, right? It would have been an ugly situation. The vato would have been walking like this, look. Because, you know, they would have called him the wobbler. The wobbleization would have been real, right? And Rojo's hands are tied. He has 2 big old burgers in his hand. And I'm looking at that burger like, damn, that shit looks good. And at the same time, trying to wonder if some vato's going to jump in. So a few vatos are getting a little loudmouth, so I'm already cocking it like, come on, man. The other homeboy gets in the back seat. Rojo's like, okay, hey, it's all good, bro. We're getting up out of here anyways. It's not like we came to stir the trouble or the controversy. We're getting up out of here, but we're letting you know right now, no one's punking us up out of here. We're not scared and getting up out of here. We're respecting the fact that we're probably going to get jumped on and shot by a whole bunch of people. So we're going to go, right? Can we go? Is that all right? Is that allowed? So what happens is, Rojo gets in the car and he was like, damn, he got real fast. He got some burgers. I said, can I get my burger? The other homeboy, he's still sitting there. He doesn't know what's going on. He's in his car in the hoopty across the street. And so I'm like, hey, we're up out of here. So as we dip, you can see hella Northerners coming out. They're looking at the car, right? Like, oh, hell no, we almost had them fools. Almost doesn't count, you know, but the most does, right? When you're doing the most, that does. So we're up out of there. You can breathe a little bit. It's like, all right, we avoided a situation. And as soon as we get, the homeboy calls and he's like, hey, bro, I need to get gas. So stop. There's a Chevron right there. Stop at the Chevron. Do your thing. Catch up to us. We're on our way to Oakland. We're going to get up out of Frisco. We lost the taste of Frisco in our mouth. We're out. The rice, the Roni, the San Francisco treat. We're up out of here. Shout out to Frisco. Real ones doing real things. We're going to go to Oakland and go see what's going on over there. Emeryville, hit all that, right? And the The homeboy says, all right, I'm going to go shower. We tell her, meet us on the other side of the Bay Bridge. We'll link up. It's all good. He's like, damn, I'm hungry. Okay, well, you know what I mean? If you could afford gas, you could afford a burger. Stop at Jack in the Box on the way there. So now, as soon as we're leaving, Rojo says, damn, bro, I done forgot your credit card. Oh, hell no. How the fuck you forget my credit card, bro? There's a thou wow on it. I got a bow wow, thou wow on that, right? No, we need to go back. I don't care if I get murdered. There's $1,000 on that. I can't take that L. That elbow is too much, right? That's a macho man elbow. And I can't dig that, brother, right? So we hit the reverse, and I'm like, fuck it, the U-turn. I'm ready, though. I already got, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm cool. They're just saying that. We're cool. You know, Rojo's cool. We're all cool, right? We're definitely down for the wiggle. So as Rojo calls his people that work at that bar, like I said, he knew the owner. He was like, hey, bro, can you bring out the card to us? You know what I mean? We don't want to cause no problems, but we'll definitely will if we got to at your bar, right? He's like, yeah, I got you guys. So as we're pulling up, there's still a whole bunch of Nortenos. Now, you got to understand that they thought we were gone already. And you can hear that one with the white guy. He's on the phone talking, yeah, that fool Gunner and that bitch-ass fool Gunner and Rojo were here. And yeah, man, they didn't want that smoke. Whoop-de-whoop-whoop. I pull up, if you should lose me, oh yeah, you're about to lose a good thing, which is a kneecap, right? His eyes get big. He throws his hands up in there. Hey, bro, I ain't got nothing on me. I ain't got nothing. It's good, Holmes. It's good. I said, nah. Rojo's like, look, he's waiting on the dude to come out, bring out the credit card, to which he never did, right? I had to cancel my credit card and chalk that up to the game for 3 days. It was a bad situation. It's okay. I went and pulled the $1,000 out of the bank. Could have just done that in the first place, you know? I was willing to sacrifice my whole life for a damn credit card. Anyways, we pull up on old boy. Nope. I don't want that smoke, right? It's all good. It was like, nah, we weren't going there with bad intentions. But I heard him say what he said. So when he came up to the car, he's like, hey, bro, can I come up? And he kind of rolls like, lean back. I'm like, you got to lean back. Lean back. Fat Joe style, right? So he leaned back. He recognizes what time it is in that car. And he was just like, look, bro, we got nothing but love for you guys, Holmes. You know, at the end of the day, it's nothing but love and respect for what you guys are trying to do. The movement you're trying to push with the unity thing. It's just, you know, we don't want to be, you know, we're functioning, Holmes. We're active. We're doing our thing, Holmes. We don't want to be caught up in that. And, you know, and me, having been in Nortenos for so many times, I understand where they're coming from. Vatos weren't no punks. Vatos were willing to get off. What we understood in that situation was they were waiting for the hitter or the shooter to get there. They were waiting for someone with the thing to be brought to them. They were waiting for that, and it just hadn't arrived yet, you know? So we took ourselves out of the situation. But nobody ran, nobody hid, nobody was scared, nobody broke it down, crying, cowering in the corner. There was none of that. It was a bang situation that happened fast. You know, hey, just like they were sending people to go get some, we had to go get some. And it was all good in the hood, man. We actually got up out of there. We were able to go to Emeryville. We were able to go to Jack London Square, to Oakland, wiggle, get faded, party that night. Party all the time, party all the time. Went live and did our thing, man. And we didn't break a sweat. But that's the true story. You know, they almost had us. And there's been plenty of other situations where I was almost got because of my recognition. Now you say to yourself, well, Gun, why do you have to worry? Why are people tripping on you? Hey, everywhere I go, people are tripping on me. Sometimes I'm tripping on other people. It just depends. When you've lived that lifestyle, you got to be aware. You got to stay up on game. And Rojo, we had a conversation after, and Rojo was like, damn, bro, I'm going to listen to you from now on, bro. You were right. I said, yeah, I was right. Did you see the 100 motherfuckers that came with red rags and birds all over them? That was for us. That's it, right? They was trying to do bad things to us, and I understand, Holmes, and I'll take nothing away from them. They were real about their business, and they handled it with professionalism. Now, I understood that guy felt a certain way, and of course, people, they pillow talk on the phone. He's talking behind my back, talking about all types of bitches and punks I was, right? But when you see me in real life and in a living color, homie, don't play that. You know, the Damon Wayans came out of me, and he understood that he didn't want to get fire marshal billed, and that was it. Anyways, shout out to the city of San Fran, because I gained a whole level of respect for San Francisco that day. The level of respect I gained is they're going to hold it down for their barrio. They might not have made that first move, their best move. They might not have got off when they could have. You know, back in my days, the homeboys, 90s, we'd have got off immediately. We wouldn't have cared, right? But you need to understand, man, by carrying themselves with professionalism in class and handling their business, they showed us that their barrio was off limits. Hey, don't go there, man, if you're not welcome there. And it just is what it is, you know. That's part of the game. You need to chalk it. You got to be real, man. You know, gangbanging gets real, especially when you're not gangbanging. It's even realer. When only one side's active and the other side's not, ooh, pobre si, it gets real ugly. And say that 3 times fast, that's it. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. And remember that at the end of the day, you know, don't go anywhere where you're unwanted. And always stay aware, gente. You know, especially those of you that are family people like myself. If you're going to take your family into a spot that you know gets active, that you know functions like that, you know, it's going to be on you, Holmes, when you're burying your seed, and you're not going to like that, or they're burying you. facts. If you like this story, it's a true story. It's been told before, but I'm told it in my own words because it's something that people need to know. Hit me with that thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. If he's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's bringing you guys some of the realest, illest content on YouTube, uniting everybody, black, brown, even the Woods brother. Can I get a shot of coffee, guy? Everybody, the gun. Bang, bang, all facts.